Together we are but first coffee. Susie's just our host, but what matters most is we are a team. Together we are all safe here, and so are you. Among friends and mods we are safe. We talk about trauma, break down drama of life, death, happy or sad, even mad. We discuss it all here. Together we will thrive, not just survive. We will dry each other's tears, celebrate big or small wins, and chase away the fears. Together we fight cults or fight addictions. If not with experience, with love, and we don't judge. Please understand, this is a safe place to land. Please understand, you're not alone. This is a safe place to land. Together we thrive, not just survive. We will dry each other's tears, celebrate big or small wins, and chase away the fears. Because we are but first coffee, and Susie welcomes us all here. Together we are but first coffee, and Susie
welcomes us all. Oh, sorry. I was just, singing along a little bit. Well, bless your hearts. Look at all of you that showed up just clicking on this video. Now, I want you to know, well, first of all, I'm Sister Mary Boujee, in case you didn't know. I mean, obviously I'm not Susie. But anyway, if you're coming here expecting to see Susie, well, she is here. She will be in the chat, passing that imaginary collection plate around, y'all. Just, the imaginary one. And speaking of that thing, oh, if I look a mess, I'm a little disheveled. Because there was a certain someone that I'm not going to mention her name, but she grabbed that collection plate up thinking that it was real, and she was parading herself around there trying to get some, donations, y'all. Donations. But something tells me that they wasn't going to be going to the church, maybe to her cult, or her. I don't know. Anyway, I shouldn't even be talking about it. I'm not here to do that. So, y'all, you know that I've done a few little videos here on Susie's YouTube channel, but Sister Mary Frances was not really happy about it. She's my boss. Well, I mean, other than God, but she's the next best thing I've got to a boss here on earth. So anyway, Sister Mary Frances, she said that I could only do YouTube videos, bless her cranky little heart, if they had to do with church. Yeah. She laid down that law just like Moses. I swear I think they might have went to high school together. But so she said, Boujee, I'll permit you to do your foolish YouTube videos on two conditions. One, they must be about church. And two, only she kind of raises her nose up. She's kind of snobby like that. She kind of looks down at you. So I'm not really doing a very good impersonation. But anyway, number two was that you can't be naming names of people that you think are sinners, because we're all sinners, and just because you don't like the way that somebody sins. So I said, fine, whatever. She could take the fun right out of a picnic. I don't know why she wants to be so cranky. I really don't. But do y'all remember when Susie gave that study Bible to somebody that we're not going to name, but that has been quoting some scripture lately? Well, I'm going to use that same version in case that certain someone that's not supposed to be named, the one that moved from Kansas City to somewhere, some bohicky town in Tennessee. But anyway, just in case she's watching, I want to make it even more fun and easier for her and anyone else to understand. So I'm going to give y'all the Southern definitions of these scriptures. Now listen close, because some of these might apply to you or some unnamed people, And Susie, I love her, but there's a couple of them it just sounded to me like that she might need to be paying attention to as well. So she just gonna have to put that little imaginary collection plate down and turn her ears on. She might need a hearing aid like her daddy. She's getting a little hard of hearing. Maybe it's not really hard of hearing. Maybe it's selective hearing. I think that's what it is. So anyway, y'all, let's get started. And it looks like we've got a full house, at least by what the thumbnail looked like. All y'all just sitting there smiling. Some of you wasn't really smiling, but you're here, and that's all that matters. So anyway, we're going to get straight to it. Now, I'm going to read the real version out of the study Bible. And then I'm going to tell you what it means in kind of a Southern way to make it easier, because some of them's a little difficult. So anyway, I've got, first of all, Proverbs chapter 17, verse 28 says, and this one's a good one. Even a fool is thought wise if he keeps silent, and discerning if he holds his tongue. I could think of somebody that fits real well, that's just like running off at the mouth about going to sue people for telling the truth. But anyway, I didn't say that. I'm hoping she's not listening. That's what I keep glancing back for. But what that actually means is that sometimes the smartest thing that you can do is to shut your pie hole. Yeah, just let folks assume that you got some educating. Absolutely. So anyway, on to the next one. Matthew chapter 7, verse 3. It says, why do you look at the speck of dust in your brother's eye and pay no attention to the plank in your own eye? That could really, apply to a lot of people. But what it actually means is, stop worrying yourself about someone else's drama when you have a whole mess of your own to be concerning yourself with. Or basically, sweep your own front porch first, Barbara. Now, I just made Barbara up. She's not like a real person, but it feels weird to not mention any names, so I just said Barbara. Now, on to Galatians chapter 5, verse 22 and 23. Now, that sounds like it's going to be long, but it's not. I picked a bunch of short ones. So it says, but the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, gentleness, and self-control. Okay. Maybe it did get a little long. I got a little yawny there for a minute. But anyway, all it means, y'all, is just to be sweet and stay calm. Don't be slapping nobody. And act like your sweet grandma is watching. Because, y'all, in the South, everything we do, we are supposed to be, acting like that our sweet grandma is watching. Or Meemaw or Mamaw or whatever we called her. Even Gigi or Gigi. All those fit, and we're supposed to be watching, watching how we act and acting like that they are watching everything we do. That's what we're supposed to do. So anyway, on to James 1, verse 19. Everyone, and he means everyone, should be quick to listen, slow to speak, and even slower to become angry. All it means, y'all, is just hush, right? Just hush. Hear them out. No throwing biscuits till you know who's hungry. Don't be one wasting those biscuits. Then we have Proverbs, chapter 17, verse 17. Or I'm sorry, I have a little dyslexia today. Proverbs, chapter 27, verse 17. I'll get it right eventually. This one just says that iron sharpens iron. So one person sharpens another. What this means is that they're talking about when we gather together and we kind of lift each other up, that kind of thing. Like, if you're around people that believe the same as you, that makes you stronger in your beliefs. But anyway, what the Southern saying is, good friends will call you out and lift you up. Kind of like cast iron and a word from your mamaw. It does the same thing. If they come swinging cast iron, that'll lift you right up. And they hit you on the butt with that. Whew. Anyway, Psalms 46:10. Be still and know that I am God. That's one of my favorites, because I am glad that he is God and not me, because I don't think that I'm smart enough to take care of everything that God does. It's just, a little above my pay scale. That's what I think. But anyway, what it means is just sit down and quit your fretting about everything and let the Lord handle it. Yep. Because he's better than oh, I got tongue-tied just like Susie does. He's better at it. He's way better at handling things than you are anyhow, so just sit your ass down. Did I say that out loud? Word. Don't tell Sister Mary Frances. Yeah. Anyway, so then Matthew, chapter 5, verse 14. You are the light of the Lord. A town built on a hill cannot be hidden. Now, I tell my friends this all the time, and they don't listen. But they need to. Some people listen that needs to not be listening so much to it. I think they get a little high on themselves. But what that means is you're meant to shine, baby. Don't be hiding in the kitchen like bad potato salad. Get out there and shine. It's just what it means. So anyway, Philippians chapter 4, verse 13 says, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Yeah, I believe that one too. I really live by it, because with Jesus and a can of hairspray, there ain't nothing I can't do, not if I set my mind to it. So then Proverbs 31, verse 25 says, she is clothed with strength and dignity. She can laugh at the days to come. Now, I think of this one a lot when I think of Susie. Now, she would argue about it, but it's the truth. Anyway, what it means is she is tougher than a $2 steak. I'm not even kidding. And she laughs about stuff because she knows that God's got this. Or she wears a shirt all the time that says, we got this. See, she knows. She's something. Anyway, Romans 12:19. Do not take revenge, but leave room for God's wrath. I love a little God's wrath, don't you? Yeah, a little. But anyway, what it means is don't be acting ugly. Let the Lord handle it. He's got a better aim, and not to mention a longer memory. We're getting closer to the end, I promise. This isn't going to be a very long one. I didn't figure that y'all would sit still for some of those long sermons. This is just a little Bible study. So anyway, First Theologians, chapter 5, verse 11. Encourage one another and build each other up. Now, who wouldn't like that? I could think of a few people, one in particular, that she don't do much encouraging of others. Well, she's got the building herself up pretty good. I'm going to be in trouble. I am. I'm going to be in trouble. Hey, what that means is just to encourage one another. You know, don't be tearing folks down. Just remember, just because your casserole flop don't mean that you got to act ugly. Just go on and lift them up, like those church fans in July. That's what that means. Luke 12:15. Now, I like this one. And I can think of a few people that really need to listen to this one. Luke 12:15 says, watch out, be on guard against all means of greed. What that means is, honey, you don't need another pair of Tom Fords or a new shiny purse if your heart's still empty. Check your soul, not your shopping cart. That's what that means. So, Ecclesiastes 3:11. There is a time for everything and a season for every activity under the heavens. Now, y'all, we're not talking about college football here, which we could be, because I mean, woohoo, go Pokes, right? But, Sooners suck. But anyway, we're not talking about that. I'm really going to be in trouble. What it means is there's a time to bless them and there's a time to block them. Use discernment, honey. Okay. John chapter 8, verse 7. Let he who is without sin cast the first stone. Means is, put that rock down, some of you like unnamed grifter people. We all got skeletons, and some of y'all still rattle. Might not be exactly, but it's pretty close. Anyway, Matthew 6:21. For where your treasure is where your heart will be. Oh my goodness, do you hear those dogs barking? I wonder where they think their treasure is. I think they're heading to the pool. I snuck in here while Susie was, well, first of all, she's, doing the collection plate, but she might have that bathing suit up underneath that dress. So y'all, she might make a quick exit. Anyway, where your treasure is, there your heart will be also. So that means if you spend more time with your Amazon cart than your Bible, that says an awful lot. It really does. So, Proverbs 15, verse 1, okay? A gentle answer turns away wrath, but a harsh word stirs up anger. So what that means is just speak soft. Even when you're in a pissy mood, just speak soft. Yelling, that just makes folks dig in deeper than a tick on a hound dog. It's the truth. Psalms 139, verse 14. It says, I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Y'all, God made you on purpose, sugar. Even if your cousins think you're a little extra. My cousins all think I'm a little extra, but what do they know, right? I'm just as normal and you know, I don't know, just I certainly don't draw attention to myself. So God made us all on purpose, just the way that we are, even if we are a little extra. So we have seven, here I go again. I saw a 7 and I got it mixed up. 2 Timothy chapter 1, verse 7. For God gave us a spirit not of fear, but of power and love and self-control. Well, that just means don't be acting scared. You were made for boldness, not for breakdowns. Just pick yourself up and dust yourself off and know that you can handle it. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to try. Look at me, I'm trying YouTube. Exodus 14:14. I love double numbers, like 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 14, 14, 12, 12, whatever they are, I love them. Anyway, the Lord will fight for you. You need only be still. Well, what that means is just put your silly ass down. Yeah, just let God throw them punches. He don't miss. Pretty simple, huh? Now, Hebrews 13:12 says, do not forget to show hospitality to strangers. I think our president could learn something from that one. Oh, I won't be getting political here, but you know what I mean. Anyway, it just means feed them, love them, and don't ask them too many questions. You never know when one of them might be an angel or turn out to be your cousin's next new man. I got a cousin that she's been through a few of those new men. I mean, they're all nice till she gets a hold of them. Anyway, and y'all, I have one last little Bible nugget. And this one, little miss you know who, needs to think about this one, in my opinion. And it is Joshua chapter 5, verse 13 and 14. And it says, now I'm going to be serious for a minute. Now, when Joshua was near Jericho, that's a place, not another person, he looked up and saw a man standing in front of him with a drawn sword. And Joshua, he just tapped him on the shoulder. I might have added that part in, but he did. He just asked him, are you for us or are you for our enemies? And the guy replied, neither. But as commander of the army of the Lord, I have come. Now, what that means when we hear it through Southern ears is God ain't joining your little team, darling. He is the team. So don't go asking if he's on your side. No, you better be checking to make sure that you're on his side. Sure enough. Now, oh, Lord, y'all, if that don't bless your hearts and give you a little holy chuckle along the way, we better check your pulse. This ain't your mama's Bible study. It's Sister Mary Boujee's Rhinestone Revelations. Y'all be sweet this week. And no gossiping unless it's in the prayer request. No casting stones unless you're skipping them across that pond. And I'll see you soon. And for all the love of casseroles, keep your nose in your Bible and not in your neighbor's business.
Hope you enjoyed the show, so glad you were here. We meet here most days, we're but first coffee and you're welcome here. We talk about hard subjects, but we also laugh a lot. If you have a loss or win, we will cheer for you. We're but first coffee, and you are safe here. So hit those like and subscribe buttons, notifications set to all. You don't wanna miss a show, because this is your home to y'all. So hit those like and subscribe buttons, notifications set to all. You don't wanna miss a show, because this is your home to y'all. So hit those like and subscribe buttons.